Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. First, I just want to say that it feels good to be recording again. I shared with you guys on YouTube how I've been in this little like non-motivational slump of not wanting to film and record. But today I felt like coming on and recording a video, maybe multiple. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys so much for your sweet comments. Thank you for your support, and thank you for understanding that sometimes we just need a little break, and it's okay to take a break. I'm learning that to just kind of unwind and get ourselves together so we can be the best us for you guys, those that watch and all of that. In today's video, I'm going to be testing the new Gourmande Girls palette. Now, I received this a long while ago, maybe over almost 2 weeks ago, and I just, like I told you guys, was not in the mood to film, but this is what I purchased, and I definitely don't need any new palettes or anything. This is the, I don't know how to pronounce it, Amour palette. I could be butchering that. If I am, I'm so sorry, but this is what the palette looks like. It is super, super beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful shades. I'm going to go ahead and do is prime my eyes. I haven't done my base or anything because, you know, in case of fallout. But I'm going to prime my eyes with the ABH eye primer because I want to give these shadows a very fair shot. So I'm going to use this primer. I typically, you guys know, go in with my MAC Painterly paint pot. It's almost done. I'm super excited about that. But today I wanted to take something different. I'm really excited. There's been a lot of videos going around on YouTube of this palette already. And she has a very tremendous support group on YouTube, I would have to say. A lot of people really stepped up and really supported her in her brand. And I think that's awesome. I think that if you're able to support these smaller brands, definitely do so because they need it, and they're just like everybody else, you know, trying to build their brand and things like that. And everything that I tried so far, I have really enjoyed. I believe this is my second palette from her. So basically, I'm unboxing this with you guys. Like I said, I have not played in this. This is the other palette I have. I just want to share. This is no longer available. This was discontinued. This is the Love Christina Volume 2 Gourmande Girls. And I think this was in honor of her pet. A couple of her pets are a pet of hers. I can't recall. But this is what that one looks like. They have like those bigger pans. Kind of reminds me of like the Juvia's Place size and style on this palette. And I really do enjoy it. And again, I apologize I didn't show you guys this in my higher end video recently. I posted that with my higher end palettes. So this should have been in there. It was in my lower end or my drugstore palettes. So I apologize about that. But this is another higher end palette that I have. I'll put the price of this and link it down below if you guys are interested. Let's just go ahead and get started. So I prime my eyes. I'm going to take this shade here, which is Creme de la Creme, and it's kind of like a, I wouldn't say it's a bone color, like a more neutral, like for me it's probably going to come off yellow. So I'm just going to tap that there. You guys know my techniques are always the same, so I will show you the shades and then give you my overall thoughts on this palette. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy for her. Next shade, that did not have a ton of fallout. The next shade I think I want to go into is going to be Sorry, I think is what it's called right there. I'm just going to buff that into my crease, and like I tell you guys every time, I'm just going to show you all the shades and then give you my overall thoughts and everything on the look. Love how she did like indents on some of, you know, on each shade has a different indent. It's super cute. I'm gonna hate for it to go away. Oh, that's really pretty. I will say that I wish there was a little deeper brown. Like this is a shimmer, Avant-Garde, I think is how you pronounce it. It's beautiful and it's a shimmer, but I wish it was, they had like a matte brown in here, like a, I know they're Soray, I think is how you pronounce it, but a little bit deeper of a matte brown than that one to kind of put on the outer V. I'm going to try this black. I'm very scared. I don't typically put black in my outer V, but I'm going to try very lightly so I can deepen that up. So I'm going to go off camera, finish the rest of my face, and then I will come back and give you guys my final thoughts. So I will be back, guys. Okay, friends, so I am back. I got the rest of all my makeup on and done. The eyes are done. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on this palette. My overall thoughts on the palette. Honest thoughts. It's a beautiful, beautiful palette. I will say some shades were hard to work with. I always want to be upfront and honest with you, no matter who it is, what brand it is, what company, anything with you guys. Okay, so now the black, I wouldn't say it was as pigmented as most blacks that I've seen in other palettes. However, that does not bother me because I'm scared of black. And so I love that this black is a buildable black. It's not one that you just go in and boom, you're like, whoa, it's on the eyes, and it's just too much. So I love that about this black in the palette. Now, out of the shades, there's 12 shades total. I used a total of, there's 12 shades, I used 9, which I'm very, very happy with. So I'm going to show you each shade that, I did show you guys the shades that I used, but I'm just going to show you real quick where I placed them on the eyes. So initially I started with this all over the lid, the Creme de la Creme all over the lid for setting my primer. Then I went in with Sori, I think is how you pronounce it, in the crease, and that was a very nice shade. Some shades had a little bit more fallout than others. Some shades were a little harder to get on the eyes, which I'll get into as well. Once I did that, I took this shade right here, which is Rose, and I kind of just diffused this shade that I put in the crease with that. And then I went into this shade here, which is Amour, I think is, I probably am butchering that. And I just kind of placed it like right in here in the actual crease and kind of just in this area. And then what I did is I took the black, which is Noir. and I place that in the outer V to kind of deepen the look up just a little bit more. Black did not bother me, that it's not super pigmented off the bat, because I'm scared of black. So the fact that I have to build it up, I'm okay with that. I like that. I went into this shade right here, this really pretty pink. That one was a little bit hard to get on the eyelid. I did use my brush here, which is my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe JH41. It was really hard to get that on, so I took my finger and I pressed just a little bit of it on. It's a matte shadow, but it was a little hard to get on the lid and show the color payoff. But just with a little bit of working, it wasn't a problem. That one was a little more powdery than the others, and a little bit like when I went in with my finger or with the brush, it would kind of get bally, I guess is how you would say it, like where the shadow kind of balled up, and then instead of it being just like a powdery fallout, it was more of like little balls, if that makes sense. So that was kind of weird, and it was just on that shade that I experienced that with, but nonetheless, it's still beautiful. I did get it on the lid using my finger. And then I went ahead and took this shade, Boudoir, I think is how you pronounce it. Really pretty. That one I had to kind of work my finger around a little bit to get some of the product to be able to be picked up. Initially, when I went in with my brush, it didn't pick up any product whatsoever. So what I did is I took my finger, kind of rubbed the top of it. Sometimes there's a little layers of product that you have to kind of get off, you know, that protects the shadows in general. So once I did that and then took my brush, and I also wet my brush with my Pure Cosmetics face mist, and then applied that all, as you can see right here on the center part of the lid. It did absolutely fine. With it wet, it picked up great. I did also try my finger, and I couldn't, the shadow would get on my finger but would not transfer to my eye, unfortunately. So doing the wet technique definitely worked, and as you can see, it just went on super beautifully. Now this shade is a very unique shade to me. It looks white in the pan, and that's what's on my inner corner, and I kind of brought it out all the way to the top and out this way. You'll see when I come in closer. Beautiful duochrome shade. Again, it tricked me because I thought that it was going to be just a kind of white shimmer shade, but it did trick me because it is a duochrome. You got a little bit of pink and purple. It's absolutely beautiful, and I really did enjoy it. And then I took this rose shade and just diffused everything, and also put it in my brow bone and all of that. So I'm pretty happy with how many shades I was able to get in this look. Again, I was not sure what kind of look I was going to do. When I initially went into this, I'm like, do I want to do a red look? I just kind of went in and just played and came up with what I did. I did take, I forgot to tell you guys, this shade here, Avant, right there, Avant Garde, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these names. I took that on the lower lash line. I think it's such a beautiful shade, and just smudged it down there, and I really do like it. So overall, I think this is a really nice palette. I think she did a great job with putting the shade range together. I think that it's beautiful. I am very happy to have it. Does it require a little more work than maybe another palette that I have? Yes. Nonetheless, it's still beautiful. I do like it. I think the look that I came up with today is not something I would have thought of doing and putting together, but overall, I do like the finished look and the finished product. So I am glad that I have this. I don't have any regrets about purchasing it. Some shades, like I said, are a little harder to work with than others. It does have fallout. Not all the shades. Some of the shades that I used had some fallout and some more than others, but not more than what I'm used to. I have shared with you guys before. One brand I love is BH Cosmetics, and their palettes have a ton of fallout all the time. But that doesn't bother me. I still purchase their shadows because I still feel like they're great quality. This is the look that I came up with using this palette. This is in no way me trying to be negative towards the brand or the brand owner or the product itself. I just always want to be 100% upfront with you guys and honest. Everybody has their own opinions. These are my own personal opinions. Keep that in mind. But I do like it. I really do like the palette. I am glad to have it. It's absolutely beautiful. I love pink and red. I love the whole color story, and that is a reason, one of the biggest reasons why I decided to pick it up and purchase it. Let me know if you guys have picked this up, if you're thinking about it, to hear that from you guys. Of course, I will link it down below for you guys. And if I can find any coupon codes that she currently has going on, I will place it down there as well. But yeah, I really love the look that I came up with. It's definitely something different for me. I don't typically do black on the eyes so much as the way that I did today. I usually just use it like as a liner on my lash line or like on my lower lash line, but I really do like the overall look. So I'm going to come in closer, show you guys the overall finished look. So this is going to complete my video for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this look that I created. I'm very happy with it, as I said so many times in this video. And overall, I am very happy with the palette. I do recommend it if you're someone who doesn't mind a little fallout, or that you have to work a little bit more with shadows, then you will love this palette. I think it's a great palette. Very nice color story as well. And you do get quite a bit of product in each of the pans. So definitely check it out if you're interested. You know, if you have this, what you think of it, if you're wanting to give it a try and all of that. I'd love to hear all of your comments and your feedback in the comment section down below. So thank you guys so much again for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video.